What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another J-drama score reaction, and we're going to go back to the soundtrack to the first season of Zettai Reido 2010. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, and it's still 2025, then justice has prevailed and my channel has been allowed to continue. I won't belabor the point. I've talked about a lot over on Patreon, and indeed, the first place I'm going to post this is Patreon, so those of you seeing it in real time will be well aware of what's happening. But yes, my channel was stricken with some misplaced, is the best way I could put it, copyright claims by an organization that has nothing to do with the content which they sent the removal request for. So in any case, again, hopefully that's all in the past, and this is indeed on YouTube in the coming weeks, hopefully sometime around Halloween or shortly thereafter. In any case, as I said, we're going to return to the soundtrack to the first season of Zettai Reido, an incredible cold case show, though I say that only in regard to the first season because the show continues to evolve over 4 seasons. I'm currently watching it with Michaela. She is aware of the first season, and those of you out there who have seen it will know it's a really incredible show with some great performances and lots of drama case to case, and it's composed is the soundtrack by one of my favorite J-drama composers, Hayashi Yuki, who also did the soundtrack to Angels and Demons or Tenchi to Akuma and other scores beyond that. And this one, however, is another rearrangement of a song by Love Psychedelico, and I reacted to both Dry Town and Shadow Behind, 2 songs by Love Psychedelico that are used as the opening and end credit theme music of the first season of Zettai Reido, and I believe Shadow Behind is still the opening music of season 2. So yes, it's a Love Psychedelico song, but rearranged by Hayashi Yuki, and we're going to listen to the PF, which is to say the piano version of Shadow Behind. So if you know the original, and if you don't, you can go check my reaction to it here on YouTube. I'm sure you could find the song in of itself somewhere online as well. But yeah, it's a cool song. It's got a lot of atmosphere, and you know, as someone who knows the show and enjoys the show, when I hear the normal version of the song, I just think of the opening credit sequence starting up for the first season, and again the second season I think as well. I reacted also to the guitar version, again rearranged by Hayashi Yuki, and that one, though it's different than the original song by Love Psychedelico, it's closer to the original than is this piano version here, which is, I think, done with the solo piano, and it's thus, you know, a different mood. It has a bit more of an emotional feel to it. But again, if you recognize, or if you know the original song, you will certainly recognize the melody of the chorus. So without further ado, let's hear it. This is Hayashi Yuki rearranging a Love Psychedelico tune called Shadow Behind, and it's included in the soundtrack to the first season of Zettai Reido, which is from 2010. Lovely. Again, if you know the original, you'll be aware it is quite different. Like the atmosphere, the vibe of this one, it's more intimate, it's softer, it's more emotional sounding, but the melody is there indeed, not just for the chorus, but even some of the refrains or the parts around the chorus, you can definitely hear and recognize if you're familiar with the original. So, yeah, as I said, less similar to the original in terms of atmosphere and sound than the guitar version, though even that is reworked by Hayashi Yuki. So, yeah, it's a great soundtrack. It's a cool show. It's one where I think, number one, if you like detective drama, it'll be up your alley because they're working on cold cases, interviewing people, trying to uncover new physical evidence, and there's an emotional side to the case. And I think Uota, it's like, what is it? Ueto Aya? Like Uota Aya? She's the main actress who plays Sakuragi, who is the main character of the first 2 seasons, and who is in season 3 as well. And yes, I think she gives a great performance. There's some other, notable actors and actresses who I've seen in other J-dramas. So yeah, it's a good ensemble cast, and I look forward to going through more tracks as we work our way through the soundtrack, which has, over 20 tracks, and I think this is maybe like my 4th or 5th reaction to the soundtrack, so, barely a quarter of it, even, or if that. And it's unfortunate, I had actually ordered a little while ago a copy of the Season 4 soundtrack, and I actually haven't seen Season 4 yet. I've seen the first 3 seasons, and I was meaning to get to Season 4 a couple years ago, and then, I started doing a lot of YouTube content, and it just never came to pass, so at some point soon I will be going through Season 4, but the point is, I ordered a soundtrack CD for the 4th season, and from CD Japan, a company that, specializes in, a Japanese company that specializes in J-drama and anime soundtracks and so on, though unfortunately they're currently, it's not as easy to get something shipped from them to the US because of, tariffs and trade war nonsense, so yeah, it's a bit of an annoying thing, but this actually isn't relevant here because I eventually got an email saying that when we take certain orders for CDs that are out of print, if we get enough orders of that soundtrack CD, they'll press another batch, and they can send it to you. So it takes 2 or 3 weeks for them to figure out if they have enough orders, and I eventually got an email that not enough people had ordered a copy of it, so, I guess if they get 1 or 2 orders, it doesn't justify, the cost and the process of printing a number of further copies of the CD. So unfortunately I don't have the soundtrack to Season 4, but maybe someday. In any case, as I said, it is a great show. I highly recommend it. And once again, shout out to Hayashi Yuki. Do let me know what you think, and this little ragamuffin and I will see you next time. Peace.